So you're looking for a dog trainer here in Port St. Lucie? Awesome. Let's walk through exactly how to find the right one for you and your four-legged friend. You know, one of the best things about living in this area is how great it is for dogs. We've got all these beautiful parks, amazing trails. It's just a fantastic place to be a dog owner. And that's really where training comes in. It's what lets you and your dog enjoy all of that together, without the stress. It just makes everything easier and more fun. So let's talk about why training a dog here is a little different. Our local lifestyle actually plays a huge part in what skills your dog needs to learn. Think about it. A dog here needs to be able to handle a calm walk through Veterans Memorial Park, not get overwhelmed by crowds at community events, and stay focused on you when you're out on the trails at Savannah's Preserve. They need to be polite past joggers and handle all the distractions at a place like Whispering Pines. These are the real-world situations you'll face. Okay, so before you even start Googling trainers, the very first step is to figure out what you and your dog actually need. What are your goals? Are you bringing home a brand new puppy who needs to learn absolutely everything? Or do you have a specific problem you need to tackle, like, say, pulling on the leash? Maybe your dog has the basics down and you're ready for something more advanced. Knowing where you are is half the battle. Most of us fall into a few common categories. It might be puppy training and socialization, or just the basic commands like sit, stay, and come. A lot of people want better leash manners, no pulling, or better behavior at home, like no jumping on guests. And then sometimes it's more about behavior modification for things like anxiety, reactivity, or nonstop barking. Then you've got to think about how you want to train. On one hand, you've got in-home lessons. These are perfect for problems that happen right there in your house, like potty training or greeting guests politely. On the other hand, group classes are fantastic for socialization and learning to focus around distractions. Honestly, a lot of dogs benefit from a little of both.
All right, you know what you want to work on. Now, how do you find a real pro to help you? Let's talk about what to look for.
First and foremost, you want a trainer who uses positive reinforcement. It's a method that's all about rewarding your dog for doing the right thing, with a treat, praise, or a toy. This builds a really strong bond of trust and avoids using fear or intimidation, which can often backfire and create even more problems down the road. Another good sign is professional certifications. When you're looking at websites, you might see letters like CPDTK or KPA-CTP. These show the trainer has a solid foundation of knowledge. And if you're dealing with more complex stuff like serious anxiety or reactivity, you'll want to look for even more advanced certifications like IABC-CDBC or CBCC-KC.
So, you found a few potential trainers. Great. Now it's time to actually talk to them. Here are the questions you absolutely have to ask.
This is basically your interview script. First, ask about their methods and tools to make sure it aligns with that positive approach. Check their credentials. Question 3 is a really good one. How will they tailor their program to your life here? You also need to know how they'll track progress, and of course, you've got to get the details on costs and cancellation policies.
And speaking of money, let's get into what you can realistically expect to pay for dog training services around here.
This table gives you a pretty good ballpark for 2025. You can see a series of group classes either for puppies or basic obedience will likely be in the $150 to $300 range. A single private lesson usually runs between $100 and $180. Then you have bigger packages, and of course the most intensive option, board and train, is a much larger investment.
Oh, and just a heads up, if you're working through some more serious behavior challenges like severe reactivity, you should expect the cost to be on the higher end of these ranges. That kind of work just requires a higher level of expertise.
At the end of the day, this really says it all. Your success is going to come from 3 things: using humane methods, practicing consistently, and finding a trainer who really gets what life is like for a dog owner in Port St. Lucie. Because that's what we all want, right? The goal isn't just a dog that follows commands. It's a confident, happy companion that you can feel good about taking anywhere with you. Just picture it for a second. Nice, calm walks along the Riverwalk boardwalk, relaxed trips to the farmer's market where your dog isn't pulling your arm off, being able to pop into pet-friendly stores, and just having a peaceful home where everyone, 2 legs or 4, can relax. That's the payoff. So I'll leave you with this question. Once you get that training dialed in, what's the very first new adventure you're going to have with your dog? I hope this helps you find the perfect trainer. Having a well-behaved dog by your side opens up so many doors here, making life at home, in your neighborhood, and with friends and family that much richer.